Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's that time. It's that day. It's Friday, Happy Healthy Vegan live stream. So welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me once again on another Friday. I'm just a couple minutes early at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but this is the time that we all get together and gather and discuss any and all things vegan. It's also the time I get to see a lot of old online friends I've made right here in this live stream community that we've been growing and nurturing over the years. I want to say hello to everyone. And Bill, I know we have a Lakers game again tonight in about an hour, so stay as long as you can. I think it's a 7 o'clock game, so that means tip-off will probably be about 7:07, 7:08, but stay as long as you can, Bill. Who are we playing tonight? Is it the 76ers? I saw the logo on my watch, so it was pretty tiny. I didn't recall it exactly because it's probably an East Coast team. Or was it the Portland Trailblazers? I think that's who we're playing. Anyway, let me know. Anyway, good to see all the happy fam here. I saw like Fu. How you doing, Fu Man Poo? Yeah, I know it can get scary thinking about how fascism could take over our country in the not so distant future. Yeah, it is the Blazers. Thank you, Bill. Hopefully that's not going to happen, and hopefully we'll all survive, and democracy will survive in the future here in our country. But yeah, it's been more under threat than it has been at any time in our lifetimes. But welcome, happy fams. Welcome also Vegan Metalhead and Sarah and Ditlo and who else did I see? Come on, Robert and Hardly, Tin Man Adonis and Drew. And I thought I saw another happy fam or two earlier tonight. I saw Peter come on earlier tonight too. So welcome. So in case you are new and don't know what's going on here, this is when we get together and discuss any and all things vegan. We try not to go too far astray, like get into like these explosive political things that divide and piss off everyone. It'll attract more hate onto me than I already get as a vegan. So we talk about all things vegan, but yeah, we kind of verge off a little bit, typically in the second hour of the live stream. I usually stream for 2 hours. And if you're not vegan, welcome. This is a safe place where all of us can safely coexist here in the live stream chat and not be attacked, not be harassed. And just ask any questions you might have if you want to learn about veganism. And for a few people who attend the live stream, we haven't had too many lately. If you're here to debunk veganism, welcome. Yeah, as long as you're civil and can just not be a jerk or harass me or anyone, you might be able to get along and try to debunk veganism. But I'm not going to let you monopolize my entire live stream. I'll give you a few minutes to get your point across, and then we will move on to other stuff. I know a lot of people think they're entitled to monopolize our live stream, just hijack it for their own personal selfish reasons, and no, we don't allow that. It's not only just anti-vegans, even sometimes vegans with an axe to grind think they can come here and hijack the live stream. No, we will give you a certain amount of reasonable time to state your position, state it clearly, and I'll respond as objectively as I can, and then we will move on. Let's see. Fu, you want to be sedated? Ramones. I know that one. Is that a 70s? Not an 80s. I think it's a 70s Ramones song, isn't it? Hey, Vegan Metalhead, you posted a vegan kimchi recipe on your website, and you got your vegan cult member shirt. Awesome. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you said you ordered a vegan cult member shirt. Was it a second one or not? I can't remember. And I also want to say for anyone watching, if you don't know who I am, I'm Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. This is the YouTube channel and live stream that's not hosted by a sociopath, a narcissist, or a grifter. I'm not trying to sell you anything other than maybe our cookbooks or something like that. But yeah, I'm not here to make you eat only carbs or ride a bicycle up a mountain all day or pound weights in the gym all day. Whatever you want to do as a vegan, it's totally up to you. I'm all about freedom, personal choice. It's all good. Let's see. What's that? Okay, I want to mention too. I've been having weird things happen with my my mess. You see all these donations from nothingness and everything. I've restarted my streaming software. I restarted my computer, so I don't know which one of these are new. Let's see. are any, let me see. Now these are old ones from before. So, man, I don't know what to do about this tonight, that these messages will, keep kind of, replaying every once in a while. There must be some kind of bug in the Streamlabs software. So I apologize. Now I'll try to keep it my eye open for what I think are brand new messages. So I don't know what's up. Yeah, I tried to fix this easy. Yeah, these are old messages. Yeah, right when I turned my streaming software, these messages kept popping up. I don't know what's up. But anyway, hey, Uncle, how's it going, Uncle? Good to see you. Yes, I use Frontier for my fiber optics. Let's see, Drew. Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to say thank you for leaving up the previous live streams. I listen to them when I have downtime at work. Yes, I typically pretty much always leave up the live streams unless something weird happened. Like I remember it was the week, it was like the day after, or the day of, I released a video about VD making fun of me. Hey, here's Ryan, he's Californian. Oh yeah, we all talk like this, organic. And I kept doing that the whole night, Angie said, and I looked kind of childish. So I took that one down. You know, little things like that, you know. Not little things, but for odd reasons like that, I'll take down a live stream. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but yeah, I leave them up. Like 99% of them, or 99.9% of them, yeah, they stay up. Omar, just 22 miles of cycling. Yeah, so we all can do what we want. I'm not here to like, you know, say if you're vegan, you gotta ride a bicycle. If you're a vegan, you gotta be a runner. If you're a vegan, you gotta be a weightlifter. If you're vegan, you gotta do this. No, just do it. Just don't harm animals. Don't exploit animals. And, you know, you can do whatever sport you want or don't want. If you want to sit on the couch all day, I'm not gonna make fun of you. I know there's certain vegan narcissistic YouTubers that make fun of like people who don't exercise enough or anything like that. I do enjoy exercising, by the way, in case anyone thinks I'm promoting lethargy or something like that. No, far from it. I was at the gym today about 2 hours on the basketball court. I'm pretty tired as a result, being a 56-year-old man out in the basketball court for a couple hours. But anyway, yeah, what was my point? Yeah, we can all do as we want as vegans. Just don't harm animals. Eat what you want. If you want to be a junk food vegan, awesome. If you want to be an organic vegan, awesome. It's all good. You know, as I said, I'm not a narcissist. I'm not a sociopath. I'm not a grifter. It's all good. We can all be vegans in our own way. Yeah. But yeah, as Omar notices, yeah, veganism helps him to perform better athletically. So yeah, that's a nice, great benefit of, a side benefit of not harming animals and eating, you know, good foods. Hey, Dr. Bear, I see Dr. Bear pop on. Hello, fellow cult member. Sarah, yes, we're all only human. I think a lot of narcissists and sociopaths forget about that and like to just like, you know, attack people who in their minds they perceive as not being perfect. And if you're vegan, you have to be perfect because, you know, you hurt your elbow out on the basketball court, veganism debunked. You know, if my computer's giving me trouble, veganism debunked. You know, if Ryan forgets something, veganism debunked. Vegans, unfortunately, seem to have to be perfect. We have a high standard to live up to that other people in other diets and lifestyles and ethical beliefs don't have to live up to, strangely. Let's see, Jeremy Gord, you're a vegan walker. I'm a vegan walker as well. And I kind of hate cyclists flying right past me without warning on the path. Yeah, it's always great if a cyclist is going to like let you know, or even if a runner runs by you and lets you know so they don't scare the heck out of you. This can happen sometimes. What guitar is that over my right shoulder? Oh yes, that is a guitar I got in the 1990s. I used it all over the Last Love Spirals Downwards album Flux, and I've been using it a lot lately on Love Spiral songs. It's a Ibanez Tallman from the 90s. They make new Ibanez Tallmans, but they don't make them quite like this with these kinds of pickups and stuff like that. It's a pretty funky but cool guitar. It's kind of like a Telecaster meets like a Jaguar, like Fender Jaguar or something like that, you know. Uncle, is it going to rain tonight? Yes, ask Ryan. Ryan knows all, Uncle. He asked the right person. Actually, the forecast is for some rain in SoCal. It's going to rain more in Central and Northern California, but we're going to get some here. And it's supposed to be later on. I think in our neck of the woods, Uncle, at the earliest 11, most likely after midnight, and should be over, hopefully, by dawn, but there could be some showers later on in the day too. I just kind of think my coffee date with Angie's in serious jeopardy for tomorrow. So yeah, we did it yesterday. We had a nice little break in the weather yesterday, so I guess we could have gone today too, but today was gym day. Not like gym, like my friend Jim. No, going to the gym kind of day. Omar, look like 35. Well, thank you. That's why I get annoyed when idiots, haters come on to the live stream and say, hey, Ryan, you look like you're 65. Like, really? I look like 10 years younger than Piers Morgan? Really? Like, really? I don't believe you. I don't believe you guys. You guys are just saying, the haters are saying that just in an attempt to try to make me like pissed off or angered. And I'm not angered at that. I'm angered at them just coming with that malicious intent, because I know what they're saying is complete nonsense. Anyway, let's see. Are cult leaders all knowing? Yes, cult leaders must be all knowing. It's a requirement for the job, right? Anyway, oh yeah, Thanksgiving is next week. I have no idea what our video schedule is going to be like. I apologize. I didn't get a video out this week. Pretty rare for me not to get one out this week. And who knows, next week's in jeopardy too with the Thanksgiving holiday. I just had a lot of weird things to take care of this week. A lot of weird work and phone calls that I had to like do, like customer support type things. I needed help with things and issues. So anyway, I apologize for not getting a video out, but I assume it's not a big deal. You guys are, are cool. You guys are cool with that. You're not like expecting always new content from us. Dr. Bear, I started Earthling Ed's video about white veganism. I didn't get too far through it yet, but yeah, I want to thank Peter for forwarding that one to me. So I'll finish that up. I started watching it, then he broke into his, not bagging on him, is he a little side ad moment to like plug his book and stuff. So I gotta get back and get my live stream stuff ready, so I'll check it out later. Deem Stars, what are you talking about there? What's my take on vegan influencers promoting the idea of ethical animal products? I don't like. Who are you talking to? Like, can you be more specific? Like, what is an ethical animal product? To me, that sounds like an oxymoron. What is an ethical animal product? Like like poop or something like that? Like you go get some cat poop or dog poop that you already would have had. I mean, what is an ethical animal product? And just kind of curious what that is, Deem Stars. And are there, can you name actual like real ethical vegan influencers that are promoting these so-called ethical animal products? As I said, that to me sounds like an oxymoron. Maybe you'll tell me about something that I've not heard of before, or you'll describe something. Oh, that makes sense how you put it there. Yeah, I guess that is an ethical animal product. So I'm just kind of curious what you're talking about there. Backyard eggs are not ethical animal products. We've discussed that before. There's still problems with that. Secondhand leather, and we do this all the time. I don't want to get into it all right now. Secondhand leather, like what vegans promote backyard eggs and secondhand leather? I'm just kind of curious. What vegan here on YouTube or social media says, yes, go out and, as a vegan who's against animal cruelty and all that, go and buy, support backyard eggs and support those who sell secondhand leather? I'm just kind of curious who's saying that. I just name some people. I'm just really curious what you're talking about there. God, my computer's making a loud noise. Oh, no, that's not my computer. I know what's going on. I had to move a drive there, a non-solid state drive, so it's making noise. It's bugging me. I enjoy silence in my studio here, but this dumb drive. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. Should have thought about that. Okay, Yeah, Robert Bird, why even eat eggs for? Like, what's the whole point? Here's the thing about people who promote backyard eggs. Okay, let me just put this out here. It's like people like vegans who think honey is vegan. Okay, my whole point is and people who say that eating bivalves is vegan. Let's not even get into if that's vegan or not. Like, why even promote those questionable foods? I'll be as charitable as I can. Let's say those foods are highly questionable. I'm not going to flat out stamp them out right now for argument's sake. So assuming the food is questionably vegan, why go there? You don't need to eat bivalves. You don't need to eat eggs. You don't need what else did I mention there? Honey. There's like no essential nutrient that's in honey or bivalves or eggs that without which a human being would become sick and depleted eventually. So I don't understand what the point is to of people, particularly anyone who thinks or claims or purports to be vegan, to actually go out of the way and say, yes, hear ye, all vegans, you guys should all be eating backyard eggs and be eating bivalves and honey. Like, why? You don't need to eat these questionable foods when there's so many obviously not questionable foods you could be eating. Yeah, Bob Hill, bivalves, shrimp. I think shrimp fits in that category. So yeah, why even bother? Like, there's no essential nutrient in any bivalve or shrimp included that without which we would become sick or something like that. I'm a great point of support for that. I haven't had any bivalves or backyard eggs or honey for 13 years, and I'm not deficient, I'm not dying or anything like that. So what's the whole point? What is the motivation for a supposed vegan promoting these questionable foods which no one needs? What's the whole point? Joe says the egg industry says they have good nutrients. Well, so do other foods. So do plants. There's plenty of plants with good nutrients. Yeah, I don't think anyone's arguing eggs are devoid of nutrients. Yeah, they're a food like a human being's arm is full of nutrients. If you were to eat a human being's arm or leg or whatever, you'd get some nutrients. I mean, yeah, food has nutrients. Big shock there, but that's not sufficient reason enough to like violate moral principles just because the thing is you don't need those nutrients. That's the whole point about veganism. It's absolutely unnecessary to consume animal products, and I'll put bivalves and backyard eggs and honey in there. You don't need them. So anyway, I'm sure heroin has nutrients, right? Cocaine comes from a plant. I'm sure there's some nutrients in cocaine and heroin. Is that justification to use them? Because there's nutrients in heroin. You're going to get some stuff, some antioxidants or something. So that's the whole point. Yeah, I don't know why anyone claims to eat, why we wants to promote eating these questionable foods when you absolutely don't have to. And I gotta make a video about bivalves. I've been in communication with someone who's way more like up on the whole bivalve sentience issue. He's described me, or she, I forgot who they are, who with the gender. It's irrelevant, but yeah, describing what kinds of neural equipment that bivalves have. So much more than most of us ever would have considered, because we don't really study them, because why bother unless you're some kind of marine biologist or something. What I think of, hey, Aiden, what I think of, I haven't seen Dr. Greger's new book, How Not to Age. I'll check it out. I bet it's like just kind of a shock title, right? Because you're still going to age, right? I mean, there's no way of eating that like shuts off aging genetics and stuff like that, And so all the Silicon Valley bros spending $1 million trying to like reverse their aging would just go vegan or something like that. So anyway, yeah, Drew, you got to get your crack nutrients. And hugs are better than drugs. So anyway, okay, so Okay, Jeremy Gord's asking me, and someone saying this could be a poop wall worthy comment. The whole point is that we're responsible for any harm to sentient animals that we knowingly cause, including crop deaths. Oh, you're here to debunk veganism because of crop deaths? Oh, okay. Let me put you on the wall, Jeremy. I'm sorry I missed you all this time. So I'm not going to let you or anyone who's trying to debunk veganism monopolize our night, but we haven't had anyone try to debunk veganism in a long time.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna put your words up here for all live stream viewers to enjoy. Oh, here's our last person who got up on the wall here. So just give me 1 second, Jeremy, as we put your words up here. So we're all on the same page. That's why I put your words here, because so often people will say, that's not what I said. That's not. No, we have it here, so there's no wiggling out of what you said here. The whole point is that we're responsible. Who's we? Humans, vegans, non-vegans? What? We're responsible for any harm to sentient animals that we knowingly cause, including crop deaths. So is this a vegan? Are you trying to, is this, I'm sorry, Jeremy, I'm trying to understand the context. Why are you saying this? Are you saying this, are you trying to point out that vegans cause harm to sentient beings? Is that the point you're trying to make? Let me know, Jeremy Gord. Is that what you're trying to say in a long bout way here? Crop deaths and blah, blah, blah. Vegans are like meat eaters in that we are responsible for harm to animals. Okay, so what is your point? I'm not sure what your point is. Okay, so you're vegan. You're not trying to bunk it. You're a vegan and ethical consequentials. Okay, nice. So anyway, why are you saying this for? I'm just kind of curious. Why? What is the point you're trying? What's the conclusion that you're trying to arrive at? Because this is obviously a premise to some kind of argument. So what is the conclusion? What is the point that you're trying to arrive at? And we'll look at your conclusion, okay? Instead of this bit here. As we're waiting for him to make his point here, we will see what else was happening here. Okay, okay, let's see. Okay, Jeremy's back. All right, let's see. He's saying every choice we make is morally weighted by the consequences for all sentient beings that it knowingly causes. Yes. That, okay, so I mean, what is the, okay, why are you saying all this? Okay, these are your premises. You're saying them like they're axiomatic truths, and we will just assume they're true for now. We'll give you that. We'll be charitable. So what is the point? I'm just trying to get, why bring all this stuff up, Jeremy? What is the point that you're trying to make? I'm just really curious. So just cut to the chase. I said I don't like anyone to take up too much time and monopolize the live stream from everyone. So just cut to the chase, please. What is the point you're trying to make? All right, we will patiently wait for the punch, the whole point of Jeremy's bit here. Okay, your point is in the first comment. Let me just put it up here because I wasn't getting it, Jeremy. So it could be that I'm stupid. So you have to bear with me here, Jeremy. I don't always follow what people are saying for better or for worse. So let's get it up here. Let me add it to what you have here. Okay, so you're saying your argument is, that, for example, since rats are more sentient than bivalves, okay, fruit involving painful rodenticide may be ethically worse. Okay, all right, let's see. Rats are more sentient than bivalves. I buy that. So you're saying roots that involve painful rodenticide. Maybe kind of curious, what fruits involve painful rodenticide? I'm just kind of curious as a practical matter here. So I want to get it out of the abstract and get into realities of, like, just what are we talking about here? Just kind of curious. But I'll try to look at your argument as a whole here. So you're saying that because there's some unintentional harm in crop deaths that makes bivalve and maybe backyard hens and honey foods that vegans should eat. Is that why I'm trying to figure out why you're bringing this up? You're trying to say because there's some unintentional crop deaths that vegans ought to consider bivalves a food source. Am I being honest and correct in that interpretation there? Okay, first I want to make sure I understood your whole point there. So is that correct, Jeremy Gord? Is that correct understanding roughly of what your argument is? Because there's unintentional, incidental harm in crop production, which we all eat, humans, non-humans, vegans, non-vegans. Vegans should therefore eat bivalves because they're less sentient. Let's see. Hey, VLAM, good to see you there, VLAM. So let's just assume that that's true. You're explaining the bivalves people's arguments to me. Well, my point is, I'm sure we all understand the distinction between unintentional harm and intentional harm. And, it's hard to know what kind of harm exactly occurs in any crop production. There might be some, there might be none. I know when I grow foods, I don't harm anything. I don't harm rodents or anything like that, but that's just how I grow food personally. And let's see. So let's assume rodents get harmed in fruits or whatever. I'm not sure what kind of fruits rodents live in fruit crops or anything. Let's just assume that to be true. So therefore, don't eat the fruits and eat the bivalves instead. I don't know if that follows. It's like, because there's some harm in the fruits for rodents, therefore let's open up more avenues of harm for other creatures who are sentient. I mean, let's harm the bivalves. Because rodents get harmed. That's the way I'm kind of seeing it there. Kind of a sort of a futility thing, like of a nirvana fallacy, sort of. But anyway, so we can't be perfect. You explain the argument, which is that incidental harm to animals isn't a special kind of harm that's not our fault. Well, I mean, here's the whole thing about veganism. And I apologize if you're not happy with this understanding of what veganism is, but yeah, we're not perfect. The definition of veganism as espoused by the Vegan Society for like 70 odd years now, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Nowhere in here does it say you have to be perfect, or what kind of philosophy you have to have, like consequentialism or something like that, or Kantian deontology or anything like that. It's hey, do the best at that you can. You don't have to be perfect. If you're the car that your parents give you has a leather steering wheel, well, and they need that to get your job, well, go to your job. You don't have to worry about being perfect. But yeah, if you're gonna go out and buy a car, don't intentionally buy one with leather seats. I'm saying we don't have to be perfect. If your car runs over an animal on the way to the grocery store, it's not your fault. You're still vegan. There's no such notion as perfectionism. So if it's a given that there must be a certain amount of crop deaths and crop production, and I don't know what that amount is. I don't know what kind of ratio or number we're talking about. Well, let's assume it to be true. I'm sure there's got to be some amount, as little or big as it might be. I don't think it follows there that we should open up other forms of animal cruelty and exploitation because there's some accidental, unintentional harms. This is how I see the definition of veganism. Don't worry about perfection. Hey, if you want to go into some kind of consequentialism, go for it, have at it. That's not how I see veganism. Veganism means do the best you can with the world that we live in. I and no one here can control how crops are produced, how many bugs and rodents may or may not get sucked into a combine harvester or what have you. That's out of our control. We live as we're imperfect beings living in an imperfect world, and there's never going to be a concept of perfection. Buy the foods that are not exploiting animals directly, but there's going to be some accidental harm, I assume, and that's going to apply for everyone: vegans, non-vegans, and animals. But when you go and pick a bivalve out of the ocean, or you take honey away from a beehive colony, you're intentionally, and on the beehive and the bee situation, the honey situation, you're intentionally exploiting an animal. You're taking the product of their work away from them in order to benefit humans. That's the definition of exploitation. To me, it's like a black and white slam dunk thing. And if you're intentionally picking a bivalve out of the ocean, you're exploiting a being that has some degree of sentience, maybe not as much as a rodent, but you're still intentionally harming something that's pretty damn close to what we consider animal. So I'm not sure just because a rodent gets insecticide or whatever means we should intentionally harm animals and intentionally exploit bees. I just don't see how it follows, unless you're doing some kind of utilitarianism, consequentialism calculations or something like that, which I don't buy into. So anyway, let's move on. Thanks for bringing your points up there. What was your name again? Jeremy Gord? I'm not being hostile to you or anything. I'm just giving you my opinions, my thoughts on the matter. If you agree with them, awesome. If you disagree, totally cool. I'm not a narcissist or a sociopath. You can dislike everything I say. I don't give a crap. It's all good. So anyway, let's move on. So, hey, Vian Moyman, good to see you and good to see others who have jumped in lately. VLAM, very tired of the crop death argument. Talk about valid solutions to the crop death problem instead. Exactly. And that's not a vegan... it's not incumbent on vegans to solve the crop death problem. We're not like, agricultural, industrial complex lobbyists or workers or owners of that system or anything. It's not up to us to solve it, but let's talk about others solving that problem, but it's not incumbent upon vegans. It's not our job to do that. Great point. Omar, Vegan Runs, it's about the animals, not you. Yep, I agree 100%. So, just try to be part of the solution, but I don't think the part of the solution is to intentionally inflict harm onto other beings or intentionally exploit other beings. To me, that doesn't seem like the right consequence of that there's crop deaths. I don't see that as the logical consequence of that problem. So anyway, let's move on here. Let's see. Bob Hill says, hey Ryan, if lab-grown meat becomes the norm, what do you mean the norm? Like completely replaces dead cow and dead chicken meat? Is that what you're saying? If that were to happen, I think a lot of vegans would be stoked, because that would mean there's way fewer animals being killed. Yeah. In theory, you wouldn't have to kill animals anymore. So that would be a major win for vegans. Do we have to eat the lab-grown meat? No, but that's what we want. We want to see people who are not going to give up their meat at least eat meat that comes from a source of non-cruelty and exploitation. So you're saying, should vegans eat lab-grown meat carnivore diet to remain vegan and reduce animal deaths? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand why vegans would have to do anything different, Bob. If lab-grown meat becomes a norm and replaces what meat eaters eat, and that's what they're eating, why would vegans have to eat it or not eat it? Vegans could choose to do as they please. They can eat it if they want. I have no desire to eat it myself personally, but if I saw, I'm just making some crap up here. Let's say Um, Inch Herbivore made a video. Hey, why I'm eating lab-grown meat now? I'm not gonna make a video calling him out or anything. It's his choice, you know. But, you know, I'm saying that vegans can do what they want. I don't think anything follows if lab-grown meat becomes a norm and all meat eaters start eating it instead of dead animal meat. It doesn't mean there's no therefore vegans should do blah blah blah. Lab-grown meat wasn't designed for vegans. We're already doing our bit. We're already eating plants exclusively. Why would, Bob, because that would cause at least harm to animals? Oh, you're saying because there's no crop deaths. Remember, that's not, veganism isn't consequentialism. We don't add up stuff like that. We're not looking for, like, you know, let's look at the definition again, Bob. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Notice how there's no words here like, say, reduction or less or lessening or something like that. Least amount of. Those are words that other people put in, typically non-vegans. A lot of people think that's what we're like Sikhs, you know, like the Sikh religion from India, Pakistan. That's not what veganism is. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. The ways that animals are being bred into existence, kept in captivity their entire lives to have it end abruptly with some guy slitting its neck and stabbing it. That's what we're against. You know, if there's some incidental crop death harm, that sucks. But I mean, that's not the vegans' fault there. I mean, it's how some crops are made. But I can grow crops without killing animals, so it can be done. It doesn't follow you have to eat lab-grown meat if you want the least amount of harm to animals. You can grow your own food or buy food off people that you trust who don't kill with a combine harvester. The guys I buy from farmers market, they don't own combine harvesters. That's only like big agribusiness. So there's plenty of ways to eat plenty of ways to eat plants without harming and killing animals. You don't have to support the giant agribusiness industries, the combine harvester industries. But yeah, Sarah's right. Eating animals is weird. Hey, Sarah, and speaking of Sarah, thank you so much for our first super chat tip of the evening here. Besides those ones that got recycled from last week because my streaming software is tripping tonight. But thank you so much, Sarah, for our first super chat tip of the night. And hey, Jokic, good to see you, Jokic. Fu Manpu, that's sick. Naranjan says, Jains do it for the reasons of ethics due to the religion says so. Let's see, Vegan Han. How's it going, Vegan Han? The only way, Vegan Han says he would, let's see, the only way I would say it may be vegan to support lab-grown meat is to say one animal gets biopsy and we're able to produce an infinite amount of animal products from that one animal. Yeah, I heard that there's different ways to produce lab-grown meat. Yeah, if they have to take it once, you know, I guess I could live with that, you know, and especially if they didn't have to kill the animal after that, they could let it just go and live its life. But I read there's ways too where they don't even have to do that. I'm not sure how that works out, but hey, I'm not an expert on this biotech, food tech stuff, so I don't know. Hey, Gretchen and Karma, good to see you, Gretchen. Yes, pointing out to Bob, there is a difference between intentional and accidental harm. Such as, if I get in my car, I could intentionally drive, I'm not going to do this, but I could drive into a crowd of people and kill a bunch of people. That is completely different from me getting in an accident and people get harmed or killed or ran over or whatever like that. It's completely different. Yeah, the outcomes are the same. People are hurt and stuff like that, but there's a huge moral difference between me getting into an unintentional accident where people get harmed or hurt or injured versus me intentionally trying to injure people with my car. I'm just saying, you gotta understand there's a difference between intentional and accidental or incidental. A huge moral, ethical difference. Yeah, we can get into some gray areas if someone's like being negligent behind the wheel of a car or something like that, but assuming that's not the case. Bob Hill, again, you're arguing for this perfection definition of veganism, Bob, that no veganism I know adheres to. Veganism is not about being perfect and living a lifestyle. It doesn't say veganism, a philosophy and way of living which seeks to harm absolutely no animals or reduce the amount of harm as far as possible. No, our goals are very clear. We're against animal cruelty and exploitation. We are not responsible for the methods of an industrial farming system. Do you understand that? We have to buy food just like you do, Bob. We have to go to the market or a farmer's market or a bodega. Wrong button, my bad. Or a bodega or whatever and buy food. The same foods that you're buying, Bob. How come we have to have our food be perfect, devoid of all harm, but you don't have to? And yet you guys like Bob are going to the meat department and buying meat and dairy and eggs, all these foods that have clear, obvious, intentional harm. And you're also buying agricultural products that have accidental or incidental harm. But we can't get those agricultural products that might have accidental harm. I don't understand why vegans have to live up to this idea of perfection. Again, there's no such thing as perfection in the definition of veganism. We're intentionally avoiding animal cruelty and exploitation. We're not trying to be perfect beings. Hey, thank you so much, Sensi Vicano, if I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you so much for your super chat tip there, and thank you for that. You are amazing. Thank you. You're amazing, Sensei. You're amazing, helping us keep our advocacy for veganism going here. So thank you so much, Sensei. Much appreciated to so far Sarah and Sensei, our super chat tippers. Yeah, Gretchen, exactly. In one situation, animals are held captive and unavoidably killed, intentionally killed, having their throats slit. While in the other situation, animals are free and have the chance to flee when they see a combine harvester coming at them. Remember, animals aren't stupid. Have you ever tried to catch a rodent or a rabbit? Because you always hear about, the bunnies, they get sucked into the combine harvester. It's like, have you ever tried to catch or get close to a rabbit in nature? I've tried many times. They have ears that are really good. They have eyes on sides of their head. So what do you, if I can't get within 5 feet of a bunny rabbit, what do you think they're going to say? What's an intelligent rabbit with these great sensory apparatus, way better than we have probably, especially the ears and eyes on the side of the head. What do you think they're going to do when they see a combine and hear a combine harvester just turn up its loud diesel engine from a mile away, slowly making its way there? You think they're going to sit there, I wonder what that thing is over there. I'm thinking, that's my rabbit voice. I wonder what that thing is over there. I'm just going to sit here like a stupid idiot and let it run over me. No way. Animals typically are not like that. Unless they're ill or something like that, injured, the animals run away from harm. That's how they've been programmed. That's how they've evolved, whatever verb you want to put there. They're not just going to sit there and get ran over by a combine harvester. And I've shown studies, Bob. I know a lot of people like Bob and non-vegans like to assume, and Piers Morgan, that all these animals are just tons of them getting killed in these fields. And there's actual, instead of speculating or assuming like that, there's actually been science, peer-reviewed science, published research that has shown that very few animals get killed. One way of determining that is they put radio tracking collars or attachments onto an animal somehow. I'm not saying this is cool, it kind of exploits them and stuff, but anyway, they found once the whatever combine harvesters have come through, the animals have split. They've tracked the animal. They're like another field or another town. They're gone. They just don't sit there. So that supports what I'm saying here. Animals just don't sit there and say, I'm going to let this combine harvester just roll right over me. No, they want to survive. They don't want to be killed by a combine harvester or a guy in a slaughterhouse slitting their throat. They run and preserve their life, as we all have that instinct to do. Well, most of us do. So anyway, wow, I'm not sure what Vegan Han and AJ are talking about there, but anyway. I'm making a consequential argument about the radio tracking collars. I'm just showing what the science says, that the animals run away. I don't know if that, maybe you're talking about something else. I don't know if that's consequential. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just making a quantitative statement. There's way fewer animals being harmed than like most non-vegans assume, like Bob and Piers Morgan and Joe Rogan and stuff like that. Isaac Butterfield, people like that. So anyway, they're talking about Bill, says Vegan Han. Bill, who's Bill? Who the hell is Bill? Are you mean Bob? Anyway, yeah, and Bob Hill, yeah, just Google veganic farms. It can be done at a greater scale than, say, me growing crops in my yard. It can be done on a commercial level. But again, vegans aren't responsible for agricultural methods. You know, companies and industries and corporations, they don't give a crap. They don't have an ounce of ethics about what they're doing. Sarah, in addition to the no Bob t-shirt idea, I didn't know we had a no Bob t-shirt idea. I want to make an OFU shirt. Bob likes that. You like the idea, no Bob shirts. Maybe we did talk about that once before and I forgot about that. So veganism debunked. Ryan doesn't remember that past conversation from possibly months ago. So anyway, Dr. Bear says, hey Dr. Bear, if I didn't say hi to you already. Exactly, Vegan Han. Perfection is not a reasonable expectation. Exactly. No one is perfect. And why should vegans be held to this idea of perfection that no other human beings on this planet are held to? Why are we this special class of people where our rights are different? It's like the second class citizen argument that I bring up sometimes. We're the second class of citizen where it's our duty to be perfect beings. And if we fail to live up to that, somehow veganism is debunked or something. So anyway. Jeremy Gord, no, I don't think my argument there was consequentialist. I was repeating peer-reviewed, published research that dispelled this myth that non-vegans have about just fields of animals being ran over by combine harvesters. It's a crazy fantasy of anti-vegans, and the science bears out. No, the animals run. I don't see how it's a consequentialist argument. I'm just describing a true objective fact about reality. I don't think the researchers made this into a consequentialist argument. You're twisting into that. They're just stating, hey, here's the numbers that we have. Here's our data. If you want to twist that into consequentialism, it's your call. Totally cool. I'm not going to like bag on you for that. I'm just going, you're twisting what's out there. They're just saying, here is the data. Here's how many animals got killed by the combine harvester, and it wasn't that many. You know, if you want to go further and add some consequentialism to that, go for it. It's cool. I'm saying that's actually probably a nice idea. Do it there. Is it Jeremy? Yeah, do it, Jeremy. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Go for it. You can run with that, with consequentialism if you like. Bob, you're trying to push veganism forward. Well, how nice of you, Bob. You know, as a non-vegan, someone who says he doesn't want to go vegan. You love veganism so much, even though you don't want to go vegan yourself, but you want to push veganism forward. Like, how altruistic of you, Bob. That's like a saint kind of attitude. Something that you're not, but you love it so much, you want it to succeed and proliferate. So God bless you, Bob. Awesome. Hey, Naranjan, thank you for your super chats there. Thank you. Sensei asked, did I hear on your channel that Impossible Meat was not vegan? No, I didn't say that at all. There's an issue with they had to undergo like FDA testing, and FDA required them to test on animals their product just one time. They don't have to do it over and over because their product contained an ingredient that the FDA had never seen before. Their modified heme iron thing in there. So anyway, the FDA said, yeah, you got to run the test because it's a new ingredient. We got to make sure it's safe for humans. And so therefore, some vegans don't like their products. I'm not a huge fan. I don't think I've ever went out to a store and bought an Impossible burger patty and brought it home. I've had it out in public at restaurants and stuff like that on occasion. But I'm saying some vegans don't like that because of the testing thing. I go, well, if you're going to live by that standard, then you could never take any medicine ever. You could never take like a Tylenol for a headache. If you get in a car accident, they have to do surgery on you. They're gonna have to put some anesthesia. You couldn't do that because I'm saying it's just kind of a it's this idea again of perfection of veganism. Like, no, we're not perfect beings. If the FDA required a test for your Tylenol, for your dental surgery or your car accident repair surgery to your body, you're still vegan. So anyway, Jim, they could test their burgers on you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, once the FDA deemed the burgers were safe for humans, then we got to eat them and we all didn't grow 3 heads or something like that. So anyway, what's that, Christina, the Astonishing? Eating fruit is the best for everyone. I don't know about that. I mean, I love eating fruit, but are you saying eating only fruit? I'm not sure why I would want to give up, say, eating why should I give up, say, my legumes? There's no science I've ever seen that says if you eat legumes, you're at higher risk of all-cause mortality or any particular disease or have your lifespan decreased in any way. So yeah, I love fruit. I had a 5 or 6 banana smoothie today with a bunch of mixed berries in it after I got back from the gym. So I love fruit, but not sure why only fruit. Be unique. Marianne, he says you're thrilled to find kimchi without sugar at Vegan Food Expo on Sunday. Wow, cool. Sarah says, I'm very glad you're not 20 or 30 anymore. It only gets better. Curious the context of that statement, Sarah. What's that in relation to? Let's see. Vegan Han says, at AJ, sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel old. It's just a number. We're all 20 inside. I'm not sure how we got into this kind of discussion. Anyway, Possible burger. That's the funny one there, Giovanni. Possible burger. Burgie. Let's see. Okay, there's no context. You just said that at random, Sarah. Vegan, everything is better. Emotionally, mentally, physically, all of it. What's that, Fu Man? You saw a stoner friend regurgitate a Hostess ding dong onto a table and another stoner ate it? And you stared in horror. Yeah, that's pretty hurt. You really actually saw that in reality? That's pretty wild there. Wow. Speaking of getting older rocks, I saw some from these are published and I saw some studies, multiple ones used different sources of their data to show that happiness increases as we get older. Happiness, it's like a smiley curve. We're happy when we're young, then we get less happy as we're like 30, 40, and somewhere in the 50s it starts going up, and when you're 60 you're as happy as you were, like, say, when you were 18 or something like that. There's like a curve to happiness. I didn't realize. I thought maybe I'm just getting old and I'm just not feeling it anymore. My emotions are messed up and but anyway, I learned, no, it's quite normal. This doesn't happen worldwide. There's some countries, like I saw Russia, where happiness just keeps going lower and lower and lower the older you get. But in most of the world, like they show the United Kingdom, they show the United States, there's a happiness curve. So as you round 50, start getting past your 50, early mid 50s, happiness increases. Generally, it doesn't necessarily happen for all people. We're talking about science. We're talking about probabilities. So yeah, what Sarah and AJ are saying, there's actual peer-reviewed, published science in credible journals. This wasn't just some guy making a blog or anything like that. These were like, I forgot what the fields were in, like psychology or behavioral science or something like that. So I have hope and optimism for my future because I'm still kind of in that round in the curve. Maybe I'm a little late. I'm not feeling totally happy yet, but I have been happier since I've been kind of in the past like year or so. I think this year I've started making major, I guess, major slash minor, depending on how you look at it, changes in my life. Like I told you, I'm not. I'm trying to get to this point where I don't give a crap about a lot of stuff now. I mean, I care about things I care about. But like pleasing everyone, I'm kind of over that and trying to just like the rat race. I'm just getting over that and trying to get out of it. I only make videos now that I want to make. I'm not trying to make a video just because I think, oh, this is a popular thing. It's gonna get a lot of views. It's gonna blow up on YouTube. I'm not thinking like that. I'm just doing what I want. That's just part of one example there of just how I've been making changes to try to increase my happiness. So. Maybe I was in more of a YouTube rat race 5 years ago, even a couple years ago. But yeah, I'm just trying to make changes, incremental ones in all different areas and facets of my life so that I can get on this happy curve upwards because I've been kind of in a non-happy curve for a couple years. Yeah, Drew, there's a huge problem. Except for the people can't retire and have to be Walmart greeters. Yeah, it's something I've been making changes to lately, trying to optimize my finances and my investments and stuff like that so I can more properly retire. I strangely kind of consider myself like half retired right now because I am 56. I can technically start taking my money out of my retirement savings, my IRAs, in like 3.5 years or something like that. So I'm already a foot into retirement, sort of. Compared to how I was just like a year or two ago. My mind's already looking at that as a not too distant thing, and I'm trying to make actions now so that I don't really, that I can actually sort of have a more proper retirement. But I'm never going to retire because I'm always going to be doing stuff. I'm always going to be making content, making music. Anyway, enough of that. I just thought I'd point that out there. I've been making little changes and tweaks into my lifestyle over the past year or so to try to optimize myself for the not so distant future. Yeah, Sarah started investing early. I was in the garage this last weekend cleaning up some bunch of crap out there. We found this old box of papers, rave flyers from the 90s. Angie said I should start an Instagram account because I have like hundreds of rave flyers from the 90s. One thing I found there was some paperwork from some investments I started in the 90s, and the paperwork was from like the 2000s. I go, oh yeah, this is how I put my down payment on my house. It was from these funds here, investments in like mutual funds. They didn't have ETFs back then, guys, so I'm old school. But anyway, yeah, start early. Listen to Sarah. If I could give one piece of advice to my old self, would have been put even more money into some like in market index mutual funds and let it ride or contribute more regularly. Not that I haven't been, but I just wish I was better about that when I was younger. So anyway, bro, I look way younger. I look way younger than someone who's like 3 years away from being able to legally, penalty-free take money out of his retirement accounts, right? Yeah. But yeah, my idea of retirement is not like what probably your parents or grandparents thought of retirement. For me, it doesn't mean, I'm going to get out on the golf course more. I don't even golf, I'm just going to be doing what I'm doing now, but do it with a little more style, be able to be a little more financially free and easy a little bit. Drew says, that's great. The issue is older people that have extreme health issues. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one. Veganism and eating a healthy vegan diet as I do is part of my whole overall retirement plan, Drew. Exactly. You're saying there. They have to go back to work to pay for medications and stuff like that. So this is part of the plan, is not to be... hopefully, I can't control everything. Things can happen. There's genetic things that are out of my control, but the plan is to eat a healthy vegan diet as I have been for 13 odd years now, and have that hopefully be sort of a health insurance plan or policy, so that I can continue to have good, vibrant health and athleticism for a while to come. So when I'm more fully retired, I won't be feeble. I can travel and go visit Australia finally, or make it out to Spain, or places I've always wanted to go and never been to before. Uncle, you're lucky that you're going to wait to take Social Security out later, because every month, every year you wait, that chunk of money that you get monthly increases big time. I'm going to take, as soon as I turn 62, I'm taking it. That's going to be part of my, because for me, retirement is just kind of like what I'm doing now, because I've already been living on multiple streams of income for years and years. So Social Security will just be another stream of income, so I'm just trying to open up as many streams of income as I can. Hey, thank you, AJ, for the Happy Healthy Vegan Retirement Fund. Thank you so much. That's really kind of what you're contributing to here in a strange roundabout way, AJ. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Was that Fu Man Poo? You plan on having a decent tent and having good Alpo recipes for your golden years? No, you're not going to be like that. Hey, Bill, she got it was only a 3.2 cost of living increase. I thought I thought the Social Security benefits were like a 5% increase because of inflation. Maybe I read that wrong, but I'm glad you got it already. You got it, a 3.2% cost of living increase. Then Medicare went up, rent went up, net equals $1. So you gained $1 through all this stuff. Oh boy. Well, at least you made $1, didn't have to pay $1. Look at the bright side there. Oh, Bill. Hey, Jen Marie, thank you so much, Jen Marie. Thank you so much for your generous super chat tip there, as AJ said, which will probably be part of the Happy Healthy Vegan Retirement Fund. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, AJ. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. But AJ, yes, everything is so freaking expensive now. I remember that person who said she quit being vegan because the vegan stuff's like costs more now than it did like a year or two ago. Yeah, it's everything. I see on the news people complain how milk's like $10, eggs are $8 if they can find. It's like everything. It's inflation. It's something that's happening internationally. It's not just the Dems or Biden or whatever like that. It's a national problem right now. Fortunately, in the United States, inflation has been going down, but it's kind of weird how they calculate it. They're leaving out things that have really been inflated, like say cost of living, cost of education, stuff like that. They're just looking at certain things. So Bob thinks he has a way to reduce inflation, massive cuts to government spending. Yeah, I agree with you, Bob. Yeah, we should invest less in our military because we're the largest military on earth. I think you can add up like the next 5 or 10 nations military budgets, and that equals ours. So we can do some massive spending cuts there. I agree with you, Bill. Another massive spending cut that we can do without. We don't need to subsidize the meat and dairy industries anymore. Every American taxpayer, whether you're vegan or not, your money goes to promote animal products. It reduces the price of meat, the subsidies that go to meat and dairy industries. And there's things like the dairy board, the cattle board or something like that, where we use taxpayer money to help market, like make advertisements and TV commercials and posters in schools promoting eating animal products. Why is the government in that business, advertising eggs and cheese? Why aren't they in the business of advertising broccoli or something like that? So I agree, we should get rid of these unfair and unnecessary costly expenses to the American taxpayer and get rid of all these unfair subsidies and advantages that meat and dairy industries get that Beyond Burgers don't get and broccoli doesn't get and potatoes don't get. I agree with you 100%, Bob. We're on the same page. Yeah, Bob, Bill. Yeah, all right, Bill. Lower the defense budget from, say, almost $1 trillion to like $500 billion. I'm sure we're still going to kick ass, right, in any war. I don't think it's going to like cripple us or anything like that. It's insane how much money goes into that. Yeah, Uncle, the U.S. spends more on our military than all the rest of the world combined. Okay, I knew it's like 5 or 10 nations. It's the whole world combined. Like, why so much? Why can't we just spend as much as maybe the next 2 or 3 nations combined or something like that? Why is so much of our taxpayer money wasted on so much military spending? I'm not saying we should abolish the military or something like that, but like Bill said, if we can go from $1 trillion to $500 billion, probably just have a pretty good military. And don't do that overnight. Phase it out over years, so it's gradual. You don't want anything drastic to happen and compromise our defenses or whatever and get invaded or cyber attacked or what have you. Who knows what could go wrong. So anyway, yes, we're on the same page. Bob Hill and I are on the same page there. So yeah, a lot of billions go out to other countries too. I mean, the United States spends a lot of money, a lot of our taxpayer money, and it's crippling. So I think that could help lower inflation and make things more fair as far as not subsidizing any industry over another. Hey, Peter, what's up, Peter? I'll be in Vancouver for Amy and Nick trials this Thursday. Okay, keep me updated. Let me know if you can come back here on Friday and let me know. I assume, speaking of Friday, next Friday is the day after Thanksgiving here in the United States. I plan to do a live stream. I don't have any plans or anything. I'm not going to someone's house or something like that. If I did, it'd be Thursday, and I don't think I'm good. I'm probably just going to chill here with Angie or something. So anyway, yeah, we ordered a dozen tamales from one of our local tamale makers, vegan tamale makers. So we have many, vegan, like independent food makers here. They have their own kitchens or food trucks or what have you. They're at a lot of pop-up events and vegan festivals. Anyway, one of our favorite ones, they had a dozen tamales for a pretty amazing price, so we got our orders in. I'm going to get them, I think, the day before Thanksgiving, so we're going to have a whole bunch. I forgot it was 1 or 2 days. We're going to have a lot of tamales for a few days. So that's our deal. No fake turkey. We're just going to eat a ton of tamales. Yeah, T. Jones. Yeah, let's quote Bernie Sanders there. 100%. So we have socialism in the United States. I know, certain people are against socialism, but we have it. We have socialism for corporations and rugged capitalism for the rest of us, the individuals. Oh, Sarah, college is so expensive now. It was crazy. I was thinking about, for the hell of it, maybe I'm like, when I went to UC Santa Barbara for my graduate school, it was a PhD program, but which takes like 5 years, but if you left after 2 years, you could have a master's degree. I left after 1 year, so I have essentially half a master's degree. I'm going, what if I just went back to local Cal State Long Beach for like a year and got a master's degree? I was just a few years ago. I go, wow, look at the price. This is crazy. This is like going to a state college now costs as much as like going to a University of California did. It's like crazy expensive. So I was looking at, let me look at like community colleges. Maybe I'll take a course in something interesting there. Like there's a course I've been wanting to take on the coastal geology of Southern California. I'm really interested in how rocks and cliffs and all that are formed and their history and all that. Anyway, like, this is expensive. This is like what I paid in tuition to go to a Cal State school in the 80s or 90s. So yeah, education is crazy. Yeah, tamales. You miss them, Carl? Yeah, they're kind of difficult to make. That's why we don't really make tamales. I appreciate when people make tamales, and we'll pay them for the tamales. What's that, Gretchen? What are you talking about? Are we sharing or gatekeeping? What is the name of the place law? What are you talking about, Gretchen? I must have missed the context of what you got there. Let's see. Omar has a stat for us. The U.S. spent $16 on the military and war for every $1 that was spent on diplomacy and humanitarian foreign aid. The vast majority of militarized spending was for weapons, war, and the Pentagon. Yeah, it just shows you where our priorities are. It's not for humanitarian issues or even helping people in need. It's this military industrial complex thing that sucks up all of our money in the United States. Yeah, Gretchen, tamales. Yeah, you should jump in on it. Yeah, a lot of places. Even just like Veggie Grill, I thought had a pretty good, or was it Gracias Madre has a tamale thing going on too, but seemed kind of expensive to the independent vegan food people I'm getting it from. But yeah, tamales. This is the time of year for tamales, guys. But yeah, Drew, it's crazy how people now go to college and they end up with a debt that's like equal to what would have happened in my college time if someone had gone to like a private school for like law school or something like that. Go to Harvard for 3 years and end up like owing $200,000, But anyway, yeah, it's crazy. Vegan Han, don't fight with Bob unless you really want to. It's pointless. Bob likes to come here and stir people up, and I think you're falling right into his plan there, Vegan Han. But if you want, I'm not getting mad at you or anything. I'm just saying, yeah, you're falling into Bob's little trap there. Where did I get the tamales? I don't want to say because there's a couple places that I remember Angie and I made the order a few days ago, and there were a couple places we were throwing around like Shane's Tamales. There's another one that we're looking at. I forgot which one. I honestly don't remember which one we ordered from anymore. Okay, 4.5 billion year old Earth. What are you saying to Dr. Bear? Your propaganda is brain on. What are you talking about? 4.5 billion year old Earth. Please don't throw out a sort of like ad hominem attack on one of our longtime viewers. Do you have a question for me? 4.5 billion year old Earth. But yeah, don't. This is a safe space, so just stop talking to Dr. Bear right now. And that's not a request, that's a demand. So please direct any further questions to me, the guy who made the live stream called Ask a Vegan Anything. So if you have a question, ask me, not Dr. Bear. Giovanni, sorry to hear there's no vegan tamales where you're at. Now, Heidi, it's a good point. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. As far as college goes, if you have a clear goal for going to college, which I didn't, if I'm going to go to college, I want to be a doctor or whatever like that. I got to go to college so I can get into med school or whatever. I'm not just saying that's the only thing you would go to college for, but you want to learn how to become an architect. You got to go to college and do the math. And yeah, unless you have a clear career path where a decent job awaits you, as opposed to doing like some kind of liberal arts thing, and you're just not really that much more employable after college as you were before. That's a tougher sell now in this day and age where colleges is like crazy expensive. But I'm with you, Dr. Bear. Yeah, Heidi, you're saying, I believe education is very valuable for its own sake. I do agree with that proposition as well, Dr. Bear. Yeah, I wouldn't want to give up what I had happen to me from studying philosophy. I wouldn't give that up for anything. Not just for getting a job after college. Yeah, it's not why I studied philosophy. In fact, this is my job. This is one of my uses of philosophy. Anyway, we need people who can think critically and who are learned and learn it in lots of different areas. All right, 4.5 billion years. I don't care who started what. I'm just saying. I saw some language or phrasing there that didn't jive with my my rules here. So if you have a question, let me get rid of the poop text here and the poop all text and just show you what we expect here. Be civil. I was seeing a diminished amount of civility, if I can put it nicely there. I saw stuff that almost bordered on like kind of personal attack / harassment. So I don't care who started what. Just if you have a question, 4.5 billion year old Earth, please ask me and I'll try to answer it. Omar says philosophy is one of the most competitive careers. Yeah, any career in academia, and that's really all you can do in philosophy, unless you get lucky and get some kind of job at a think tank or go into law, which philosophy is arguably the best thing you can major in to prepare you for law school. But anyway, my point is, academia and what philosophy jobs are, is super competitive. I saw that in grad school in the 90s. I go, wow, I really like living in California, particularly kind of close to cool parts of California, like by the ocean or by cool cities. I'm going, man, I'll be lucky to get a job at like University of the Ozarks or something like that. No offense to anyone who lives in the Ozarks. I'm just saying that's not me. I just can't go and pick up and move to Montana or Alaska or whatever. I don't want to do. I want to be able to control my destiny a little bit more than where I just might happen to find a opening at a university or start off at a community college, who knows what. So anyway, yeah, that's one reason why I left grad school. I wanted to be able to do my thing and not have to move somewhere that I don't want to move. And Ozarks are great. My mom's side is from Arkansas. And Drew, that's a great point. Yeah, there should be some more practical classes taught in high school, like money, just some basic money ideas. So anyway, Sarah, you're changing your pronouns to y'all. Interesting. Why not? Why not? I like y'all. So anyway, what am I missing here? I think there's a lot of fighting going on, and I don't like that. Anyway, okay, so 4.5 billion euro says you mentioned military budgets, so I posted our Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Dr. Bear mocked it. What is Robert? I didn't see that 4.5 billion. Okay, we talked about how the United States has the largest military budget on the planet Earth, even when it's more so than all the other nations combined, or at least the biggest ones. Anyway, what does Robert F. Kennedy Jr. have to do with the United States military budget? Did he say something about it? I'm just kind of curious. I don't want to get into his whole connection with the right or anti-vax and stuff. Just talk. I'm just kind of curious. Educate me as someone who's not up on everything that RFK Jr. said. What does the military budget of the United States have to do with him? Just curious. I'm just kind of curious. Dr. Bear says to Heidi, the highest paid public employees in most states is a university football or basketball coach. Lots of money in college is spent on things that have nothing to do with education, huh? Okay, so Dr. Bear says, I didn't mock anyone. I pointed out RFK has promoted dangerous conspiracy theories, and that was it. I never called anyone names or mocked anyone. They're lying about you. I didn't think, yeah, I just want to know what RFK Jr., yeah, he brought it up because he said he mentioned RFK Jr. because we were talking about the United States military budget. So what did I miss? What does RFK Jr. have to do with the United States military budget? Last time I checked, he's not in the United States military. He's not part of planning budgets for the United States military. So I can't imagine what RFK Jr. has to do with that. So help me out here, 4.5 billion. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, I brought up the military budget, so you posted RFK Jr. 2024. How is that any kind of for lack of a better word, intellectual or dialectical response? I mean, RFK just brought up some guy's campaign. We're talking about military budgets. Tell me what his position is. Instead of just campaign for your guy, I want to know the facts. I don't want to know the propaganda. What does he want to diminish budgets? That's cool. I'm glad someone's out there beating that point that we need to, if that's indeed what he's arguing for. That's what I'm assuming you're bringing that up for. But yeah, he's not gonna win or anything like that. I'll let him answer the question, Dr. Bear. I'm just kind of curious. Educate me. 4.5 billion. Just tell me in your own words, why did you mention RFK Jr. 2024 in a response to a discussion about military spending? Just kind of curious. So educate me. Pretend I'm dumb, because I kind of am. Let's see. Vegan Han. I want to see your discussion there with Bob. So you're saying exploiting someone and murdering someone is a personal choice. Yes, yeah, these are things that these are intentionality things. You intend to do that. You just don't go and exploit someone accidentally. It's an intentional choice. Yes, if it's a personal choice, why choose to exploit and murder others? Yeah, that's a great question. Why intentionally choose to murder and exploit others? That's what veganism is against. Those others, in our case, are animals, but we're equally against most of us. There's a couple weird vegans out there that want to kill people, but excluding those sociopathic types that we don't talk about. Yeah, vegans extend that same moral attitude that we have for animals to humans as well. We don't want to intentionally go out and start exploiting people or murdering people. Skycross, what's everyone having for dinner? I already had my Panda Express today. Angie and I grabbed that for lunch. And for dinner, we're going to heat up the khichdi that I made last night, along with the Trader Joe's naan bread. And that'll be dinner after the live stream. Bob wants to know where AJ gets her morals from. What do you mean? Like, where does anyone? I mean, are you going to try to base it on a religion or something like that? Because that's nonsense. Because Buddhists understand it's wrong to kill people. People from all over the world, people from before Jesus ever set foot on earth knew that killing people is wrong. So don't try to ground morality in any particular religion, or else you'd be saying my Buddhist people are just walking robots or something like that with no moral compass. No, killing sentient beings is an inherent I don't want to say prohibition, but something that Buddhism talks about specifically. I mean, so anyway, in fact, we don't even need any of that. It's just like, why should we have to defend that killing people is wrong? Why do we have to defend that proposition? Anyway. Bill has no morals. You must have some morals, Bill, if you're vegan. But according to Bob, you have no morals, because I know Bob likes to say only people that happen to follow his particular religion that he's so lucky to be part of. What are the odds of that? He found the right one. Only people that follow Bob's particular religion can have morality, and the rest of us are just like barbaric heathens or something like that. And we just happen to, some of us believe that killing people's wrong. We just got lucky or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, and Deemstars brings up the counterpart. There's plenty of religious people who don't think that killing is wrong. I know, exactly. So yeah, it just shows you having religious beliefs are not necessary or sufficient for morality. It's not necessary or sufficient. Since it's neither necessary or sufficient, then we just get rid of the whole concept for our discussions here. Anyway, yeah, Bill, you just know what's right or wrong. Like, who's going to argue that killing your neighbor is right? You know what I'm saying, Bill? Like, we know it's wrong. We don't need to read any book or anything. We don't need a religion, even though religion might tell you that's wrong, but we don't need it. Like, who's going to take up the counter argument? No, going over to your next door neighbor, sitting on his or her couch and killing them is totally fine, totally cool. It's great to do that. Like, who's going to take up that argument? Like, I mean, we don't even have to get into religion. Just look at why that's wrong. Why is it wrong to go to your next door neighbor's place, break into it, like home invade your next door neighbor and kill them? Like, let's look at all the violations you did there. You violated their personal space. You violated their body, their autonomy, their right to stay alive. You totally took over someone's rights. That's how we know it's wrong. But anyway. Good point, AJ. Saying to Dr. Barry, AJ says, I believe atheists are moral people because they choose to do good and not due to a religion or a concept of a deity. They do good because They know going into their next door neighbor's house uninvited with the intent to kill them is wrong. You don't need a God to tell you that. You don't need a religious scripture to tell you that. You know you're violating them in all possible ways. Most egregiously, it's wrong. But yeah, if you like Christianity and you love Jesus, just to John, totally cool. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking religion. I'm just saying we don't need any particular religion to know that going to your next door neighbor's house and killing them is wrong. Bob Hill says moral subjectivism is scary. So you're saying all Christians have the same moral beliefs? Like, no, there's differing opinions for sure. And then who are these atheists that would argue that going into your next neighbor's house or apartment, who's sitting on the couch minding his business watching basketball, who's going to argue that it's totally cool to go there and kill them? Because if you're saying morality is subjective, you'd find some people that say, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. In fact, that's totally cool. And the only people that would subscribe to that position, that absurd position, would be like atheists or something like that. Like, people don't really find that to be something that one should do, whether you're religious or not. I'm just saying, about who are the people arguing that's totally cool? If it's all subjective, that's totally cool. Going and just walking your neighbor's house and killing them, taking all their crap, totally fine. Bill, you should be watching the Lakers game right now, right? What are you still doing here, Bill? We're probably deep into the first quarter. I'll watch the second half later tonight. I'm not too worried. Like I said, I don't, stop speaking on behalf of others, Bob. These are, if this were a court case, it'd be hearsay. You're just like making up what you believe other people would say. And let an atheist speak for his or herself as far as what they actually believe as far as morality and why they believe as they do. You're just kind of making a straw man of non-Christians or something like that. Anyway. Oh, you can't? It's blocked in the NBA League Pass? Oh, that sucks for you. I guess good for our live stream that you could join us a little bit longer, but that sucks. They shouldn't block games for you. Why is it blocked? Because maybe it's on ESPN or it might be on. It's a national game, right, Bob? I bet you it's on ESPN or TNT, and I guess they do block those games. Yeah, Bob, Vegan Han. Yeah, if I understand Bob, he argues that morality is objective, and the only way that morality is objective is if somehow through the Bible or something like that, Christian beliefs make morality objective. And if you don't subscribe to Bob's particular religious or at least religious interpretations, then we're like heathens without any idea of morality. I'm just lucky that I'm not killing people, and I'm lucky I'm not like doing all these mean, horrible, awful things to people. I'm just really lucky. It's just so weird that I'm not like this horrible narcissistic sociopath murderer type. It's unexplainable almost. Oh, Bill, so Portland has exclusivity. Huh. Lakers are yucky? That's a weird way to describe them. They haven't had the best start to the season, but they're off to a better start than last year's season by far, and they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, only to lose to the eventual NBA champions. So anyway, a VPN, but that costs some money. I think there are some free ones that you can get, though. Yeah, Giovanni, how do we go from crop dust to religious? And always Bob likes to bring it back to his religion, making his morality objective and therefore the correct one or something like that. But yeah, Bob, I invite you. Yeah, you should like go on to like Reddit. There's a subreddit. I think it's just called philosophy or something like that. Let me see if I can find it really quickly because I follow it, and they talk about stuff exactly like this, Bob. Like, is religion necessary for moral objectivity or something like that? Let's see if I can find it really quickly here. I'm seeing all my music ones, like music engineering, audio engineering. That's one I follow. I follow one called Dividends because I'm a stock dividend kind of investor type. Let's see, audio engineering. Then they suggest all these weird ones. Where's the philosophy one? Okay, I'm not getting the full... But anyway, you can find a philosophy subreddit, Bob, and you could talk to people who are way more into moral philosophy than I am. People who actually studied it. I avoided, when I was in in college, both grad and undergrad, ethics courses, moral philosophy courses. I don't think that's philosophy's strong point. But anyway, my point is there's people that are way more learned than I am, and they can have a much more nuanced and complex discussion. I know what I don't know about moral philosophy. I don't know if Bob knows what he doesn't know, but there's a lot you don't know, and I know what that stuff is that I don't know. I know enough about moral philosophy to know that it's a way more complicated area than most people understand, because I've had a few courses, minor courses in it, but I avoided, taking more than I had to. But anyway, you can find people who specialize in it. They might be professors in moral philosophy, and they could talk to you more about that, Bob. So I would suggest check out the philosophy subreddit. Yeah, and AJ, Bob, please stop saying negative things about atheists. Go say this in the philosophy subreddit and see how well your assertions about atheists go. People will analyze your statements, your blanket assertions here and assumptions about atheists, and give it a proper philosophical rebuttal, which I'm not going to do until it's not my thing. I don't really care too much about moral philosophy, strangely enough, which is odd because I'm into philosophy and I'm into veganism, and I just don't really care too much about moral philosophy. So anyway, yeah, that's a good one there, Bill. Let's see. Sarah says she wasn't ensconced in religion as a child, so it's not in your heart today. Yeah, I mean, my mom took me to churches when I was younger, just because I had to. But, I guess my young philosophical mind then found too many interesting questions to make me really go, yeah, this is totally, resonating with me. Hey, Metal Face Vegan. Awesome. The Philosopher's Drinking Song? What is that, Graham? Bill, okay. Yeah, and true, Robert, yeah. Not only religion, but also veganism can have people use that as anything. Any people can improperly use any belief system as a validation to justify bad actions, immoral actions. So people have to be careful when they really truly believe something so strongly that they find, oh, that gives me the right to kill people or something like that, as some vegans have said, like, oh, that guy doesn't believe in veganism, I have the right to kill him, because because of my vegan stuff, my vegan beliefs. So yeah, people need to be really careful to not use their beliefs, whatever they are, religious beliefs, vegan beliefs, beliefs about anything, political beliefs, as a justification to harm or even kill people. I'm totally against all forms of terrorism. Oh, wow. What movie was that, Graham? I Drink, Therefore I Am? I don't remember that. And I've seen quite a few Monty Python movies, so let me know, and I'll try to find it, because any excuse to watch a Monty Python movie, I'll take it. Let's see. My favorite ones are like the Holy Grail, The Quest for the Holy Grail, Meaning of Life, Life of Brian. Those are the big three for me, I guess. So if it's not one of those three, I probably forgot or I didn't see it. Okay, Dr. Bear says, could you just ask at Just A John what he means? What has caused the moral decay in society over the last 20 years? Things are so much different from when I was a kid. I'm a millennial. That's a loaded question, meaning, or a begged question. It assumes, I'm not disagreeing with necessarily what John is saying there, but assumes that there has been a moral decay in society over the last 20 years. I don't know. Is that an obvious true fact about the world? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can agree with that or disagree with that. It's a claim that needs to be thought through a little bit more than just what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying things seem morally much better now, but they could just kind of still be roughly the same. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any ideas, John, do you have any examples of what you're talking about? I think that's what Dr. Bear's asking, and I'm kind of asking too. I'm just kind of curious. What's your support for that claim, that assertion? Just curious. Yeah, Dr. Bear says, I'm very curious to be enlightened about the, quote, moral decay of our society. Are they talking about like wealth inequality, mass shootings? Like, yeah, be specific. Yeah, we don't like vague generalities on this live stream. We're all about specificity, specifics, facts, things you can point to rather than vague, ambiguous, murky ideas that kind of float in the air. Now, we like things you can point to and talk about. So, yeah, we're kind of curious now, John. So if you have any specifics for us, we're all ears. So we'll wait for you to come back, John. Monty Python's Flying Circus from the TV show. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of episodes from the TV show, Monty Python's Flying Circus. So, yeah, I can't say I've seen them all, and if I remember much of them, I kind of remember more from the movies, just because, you could watch them. I guess now you could probably watch the TV shows. What channel? Does anyone know? Graham, do you know? Do you watch Monty Python's Flying Circus on a streaming service? If so, let me know. I guess I gotta try to check them out. It was on Monty Python Live at the Hollywood Bowl. Wow, what's that, Jana? I've never heard of that. So Bill says the difference between now and 20 years ago is we are not worse. We just all carry cell phones with video capability. 4.5 billion. Okay, we're not here to discuss the virtues or lack thereof of RFK Jr. Okay, this is a happy, healthy vegan. We're here to talk about veganism. I'm not here to talk about what any political candidates' qualifications or virtues or vices may be or anything like that. So that's a different show. Go on to Hassan Abi or something like that, or Dave Pacman or something like that. But yeah, this is not what this live stream is about. It's Ask a Vegan. Look at the title of this live stream. Ask a Vegan anything about veganism. So yeah, we're not here to endorse candidates. We're not here to go over candidate platforms or party platforms or anything like that. So yeah, if RFK Jr. said something cool, awesome. If he said something crazy, great. I don't really care, because I'm not going to vote for him either way. So it doesn't matter to me. What's that, Drew? If we were lifting anyone up tonight, would be our cult leader, Ryan. Thank you. Oh, we have a new song, guys. Let me take you to let me go to the Spotify I had open earlier. Shoot, hang on one second. I gotta get my link back. Can you send me the link, babe? Oh, okay, I could do that, huh? Yeah. I guess it's more impressive on Spotify, but I'll just go to Project Bandcamp. Yeah, we have a new song, guys. Let me take you there. So we're gonna let me lower the volume here a bit. Yeah, this is Project Records, my old label that, Love Spirals Downwards was on in the 90s, and the first Love Spirals album came on, and we've done we've contributed a few songs over the years of various compilations, like a few Christmas compilations and odd little things. But anyway, we have this album just came out this week. It's on all streaming services right now. We did a remix for this Italian electronic artist, Alan Electronico, and we did a remix called This Ain't Love. That's one of Alan's songs. And I thought it was a really cool song, and I was really excited to remix it, and I'll play some of it for you here. Actually, let me go back. I wanted to show you that. Look, let me hit refresh. We're the featured song. Let me hit refresh here. See, if you look up top, the first song up top here, this big box up here, that's us. So let me just play it from up top here. Okay. Are we hearing anything? Let me see if it's my audio's working here really quickly. Firefox. Okay. Let me know if you're hearing stuff. If the audio is making it through. If I get a copyright claim on my own song, you know, I don't give a crap. You know, I don't care. It's not going to really affect my financial life all that much. Let's see, I'm hearing it? Awesome. Let's see where my camera's on here. Oops, sorry. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming services now. I'll just play the song for you. Why not? You know, we can all chill out for a second. That's Angie singing, by the way. And that's my guitars and stuff. This is for you, being boy, man. You always like us to play music for you. You liking the vibe, Graham? Awesome. It's gonna drop in a second, guys. I'm gonna be DJ Ryan here. Get ready to drop. This robot voice is from Alan. I think it's a vocoder. I would use some of his elements. I don't want to just make a whole new song out of it, as I kind of did. I like to be respectful when I remix people's stuff. And from here on, Angie's going to take over from the robot. Here she comes now. Now I start bringing in some of Alan's big analog synthesizers right here, I think. Kind of reminds me of Depeche Mode, this part. You guys know who Depeche Mode is? He likes Depeche Mode too, Alan does. Right, now Angie's going to become an ethereal angel goddess here for you. Drums back and layered on top of my drums. And gotta have a guitar solo. Anyway, let me post the link, and you can just look up the artist here, but this way you'll know how to spell his name, Alan Electronica. If you want to find him he's on YouTube Music. I saw the link to that. Oops, where am I at here? Thanks, 1 second, guys. Oh, man, I lost the live stream. Where am I? Oh God, is music still going? Crap. Close it. Okay. All right, here is, my God. Ryan's losing it. Okay, I just put a link to I just put a link to the album on Bandcamp so you can see how to spell the artist name. Yeah, I said you can listen on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music Streaming, YouTube Music. It's on all the streaming services as of right now, all across the world. So you should be able to check it out. So there's that link there, projectrecords.bandcamp.com. And we're the Love Spirals remix of This Ain't Love. That's what I just played you guys. We do hippie music too, Jeremy. I'm a very diverse musician. I got all my guitars here. I have 3 acoustic guitars right here. I've seen the Grateful Dead a bunch of times. So anyway, yeah, I'm a pretty diverse kind of musician. I make music across all sorts of various genres. And one of my things I really enjoy doing with music is fusing genres together. Just bringing different ideas together. One album I brought like ethereal dream pop with atmospheric drum and bass. That was the Low Spirals Downwards 4th album, Flux. Just for example, this album I brought dream pop with like a down tempo house, deep house song, so it was cool. Yeah, I make all sorts of stuff. Poor Papa. Why Poor Papa? Oh yeah, Air. Air's a band. I love them a lot back in the 90s. Yeah, Moon Safari. That was like a album or a CD I played a million times probably. I listened to La Femme d'Argent 100 billion times. Cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the musical detour there. But yeah, I wanted to show you. We're excited. It just came out today. I mean, it came out on Bandcamp early this week, but it came out on all the streaming services today. So yeah, I've been busy. And Angie and I are working on our own new songs right now too. We've done a few other collaborative projects this year. This is the first one to actually get released. Others are still in the works, in the pipeline for them. But anyway, yeah. We do stuff. Happy Healthy Vegan. We're Love Spirals. We're people of many different interests and stuff. We're not just vegans. We're not just musicians. I'm not just athletic. I do all sorts of things. I'm a diverse person. Bye, Dr. Bear. Thank you, Dr. Bear. Thanks for being here. We always enjoy your presence here, and tell Mr. Bear hello and have a good little meal there. It sounds like you're going to have. Yeah, Joseph, it's nice to create something. It's nice to create something with Angie, my wife, life partner, all that, so it's cool. I'm telling you, that's why I'm just trying to have that happy curve of life. I tell you, as you get past 50s, it gets happier. I'm just trying to do more things that, create pleasure and avoid things that create pain or discomfort or strife and all that stuff. Trying my best. It's not easy. It's actually kind of hard, but step by step, it's a process I'm working towards. That's kind of like, I tell you, like my 1 foot in retirement kind of thing. And there's no such thing as retirement for me. I'm always going to be creative. I'm never going to stop making music unless I'm physically unable to somehow. And I don't see why I would stop doing vegan live streams with you guys unless YouTube doesn't have live streams anymore or something like that. So anyway, the audio's not still playing anymore, is it? Yeah, it's not playing anymore, right, Angie? You guys aren't hearing any audio, right? Let me... Oh, well. Everything's cool, right? All right, thanks for... I guess Angie was saying poor Papa for that second. Yeah, I had hit pause or stop, Angie, on the player on Bandcamp. I tell you, I hate when this happens. Tell me if this happens to you guys too with your technology, or is it because I'm vegan and deficient? I'll do things like hit stop when something's playing, and it doesn't care. It keeps going. Like I hit stop and I've moved on to other things to take care of, like copy the web page address and paste it for you guys. But the music's still going. Like, why do I even bother to hit stop if it's not going to listen to me? It has intentionality, like the web browser or the app I'm playing. It's like, is that stop that Ryan just hit there? I'm not feeling it. I'm just going to keep playing the music despite his intentions there. It's like, I don't know. Anyway. It's just me, Uncle. Yeah, Angie, what is your favorite Duran Duran song? Because yeah, Angie has I just did an interview in Union of the Duranis. If you guys don't understand the reference, that's Union of the Snake, Duran Duran. Mine, if you're asking Angie, I'll give you mine. Mine is probably Save a Prayer. Most likely Save a Prayer, because it's minor keyed. It has a beautiful sadness. It's totally my kind of song. It's just a bitchin' song. Let's see if I can even play it on the guitar. Let me see. Oh, I got it now. Anyway, that's kind of Save a Prayer there. All right, I even sang a little bit. No Freebirds there. Duran Duran, yes. Freebird, not. More cowbell. We could probably put a little more cowbell in there. Yes, John, Angie has a very wonderful voice. Fish Called Wanda. I think I saw that back in like the 80s or something like that. Some of the Monty Python guys worked on that with Jamie Lee Curtis and others. Whoa. I don't remember that. I should check that out. I like old trippy movies from the 80s and 90s. Yeah, Save a Prayer was your jam too. Yeah. It was cool. We finally got to see them play it, because when we and I went to see them when they got back together like a decade ago. First time we saw them, they didn't play it. They played that song that was kind of like it, like Save a Prayer. What was it called? Leave the Light On. If You Leave the Light On for Me, that's the one they did. That was kind of soft, like Save a Prayer. But when we went and saw them at the Orange County Fairgrounds, at the Pacific Amphitheater, then they played Save a Prayer, and I felt like my life was complete. What's that, Bob? A top 50 album video of all time would be cool? Wait, I don't understand. What do you want me to do there, Bob? Okay, you guys remember Fish Called Wanda? I really don't remember that one. I mean, I remember the title, and I can't remember anything about the story, so I'm kind of thinking I probably didn't see it. Oh, you like The Chauffeur? That's a cool song, too. As far as more upbeat songs, I think Planet Earth are New Religion. I love that one. Well, I could play the bass line for that one. Let me grab my bass here. I could probably do Girls on Film too. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I ever played bass on a live stream before. I mean, yeah, I can play it all, man. I mean, I got a studio here, If I had more room, I'd have a little tiny drum kit in one of the corners or something like that, but there's just not enough room here. Maybe in the future, when I finally move to my next place, wherever and whenever that might be. Despite you seeing me playing the slap bass there, I'm a horrible bass player. I'm really not that good at bass. That's not my main instrument. So that's why I don't see me playing bass too much. AJ, why is the only Duran Duran song you know Hungry Like the Wolf? You gotta know Save a Prayer, right? Or Girls on Film or something like that. Yeah, Secret October is a nice song. Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah, the Wedding album. Yeah, I remember that came out in the 90s. That totally blew me away. Like, yeah, Come Undone, amazing song. And what's the soft pretty one? Ordinary World. Yeah. Those are some of their best songs. Ooh, violin, Heidi, that's a tough one. You got to start young and practice a lot, man. I don't even want to mess with the violin. I'm pretty, experimental and open-minded and trying instruments, but I don't even want to go down that road. That sounds so hard. Oh, you listen to the radio on Lakers on the radio, Bill? Yeah, we all us Lakers people definitely miss Chick Hearn. He was the best basketball commentator probably of all time, but definitely for the Lakers. John, yeah, bass is like a guitar. Yeah, the strings are different, obviously, but the technique is. I mean, the 4 strings are the same. Assuming we're talking about a 4-string bass, John, but the way you play is completely different. You know, the way you play with your thumb and your fingers is unlike the way most people play guitar. The way to get a nice tone out of your fingers, I'm horrible at that. You know, I've tried so much. So, anyway, yeah, it's similar but different. Yeah, you can say it. Yeah, technically, yeah, you just you can grab a pick, start playing bass, because you know the notes because it's the same as guitar, but to actually sound like a bass player playing with their hands, like a good funk bass player, soulful bass player, it's not an easy transition, let's say. Yeah, those are great songs, all from that second Duran Duran album there, Jana. Yeah, that's a classic album. First 2 for sure. First 2 albums are amazing. So anyway, any other questions here? Anything else you guys want to talk about? I've been on, let's see, almost 2 hours now, so I should start thinking about kind of winding this down. Getting us ready to, make that ending thing of the live stream happen at some point. I'm not going yet. I'm just saying, let's think about it. Ooh, Nothingness gifted 5 Happy Healthy Vegan memberships. Ooh, let's hope Angie doesn't get one. Let's see. Who's getting them here. Bob got one again. Of course, Bob got one. Joseph got one. Norman, where have you been? I haven't heard you tonight, Norman. And Chris, hey Chris, you got one from Nothingness. Thank you so much, Nothingness. That was really nice of you to gift 5 memberships, including one to Bob, as irony would have it there. Bob seems to really get lucky and get one of these all the time. Yeah, Drew, 100%. I agree with you, Drew. Being a bass player is kind of easy. It's not super easy, but if you're coming from guitar, it's kind of easy. But being a good bass player is hard. It takes a lot of work, a lot of practice to get the technique down. And it's a whole different technique than playing a guitar. Totally different. Even though the strings are the same, the same notes, E, A, D, G, but other than that, it's a whole different way of playing. You going, Omar? Awesome. Good to see you, Omar. Heidi says, yeah, Bob is now a member of the vegan channel for reals. Bob has no choice other than to go vegan now, Bob. So yeah, animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. You have to believe that now, and you are vegan. All right, Bob, so no questions asked. Just stop eating animal products. Report back next week. Tell us how it went. If you want to get our book, you can get our book too. A lot of good guitars come dime a dozen. Guitars come not you. I'm the one that inserted the word "good" there, Marianne. Huh? Guitars come dime a dozen, but a good bassist is hard to find. Absolutely. Yeah, bassists who can sing and play too, even more awesome. Ooh, one of the best bass players. Let's see. One of my favorite. There's so many good bass players. Oh man, when I was a kid, I loved the way John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin plays bass. So funky, man. He's one of the typical kind of thing I'm talking about, playing with your fingers, getting all soulful and funky. James Jamerson from Marvin Gaye's one of my all-time favorites. He was part of the whole Motown crew. Those are my two that come to. There's a whole bunch more. Those are probably my two favorite ones, though. Oh, Mick Karn, yeah. Is that Japan? Is that right? Yeah, they've got some good music going on in there too. Oh, Gianna, I was playing the bass fairly well. I can play that bit. I can kind of fake through slapping and stuff, but playing in a really nice, soulful, funky style, like with your fingers, I have trouble with that. Pino Palladino, if you guys know who he is, he's played with like The Who, John Mayer. I love watching him play too. I got good vocals, though. Yeah, I got good vocals in Angie, totally. Yeah, Geddy Lee's a legendary bass player, but I don't really like his style that much. But I like his playing. Does that make any sense? I like the way Geddy Lee from Rush plays, very technical, precise stuff. But his style of play is not. I really like bassists to have the like amazing like finger tone, and that's not Geddy's thing. I think he'd probably be the first to admit it. Yeah, Flea's a good bass player. He does that kind of thing, fingers and slapping and stuff like that. Yeah, I just don't listen to too much Chili Peppers though. But yeah, I know Flea's he's probably him and John Frusciante. Yeah, the best two musicians in that band. Okay, I did get it right with Japan there, Marianne. Thanks. I just felt weird saying that. It's like, it seemed wrong. But yeah, I know that name. Mick Karn, Japan for sure. Yeah, Japan's got some great songs. Angie's an old Japan fan too. If you've never heard of Japan, that's a band from the 80s as well. Kind of a contemporary of Duran Duran, but not as popular. David Sylvian, you may have heard of his solo career. As far as John Paul Jones on Ramble On, Lemon Song, that's one of my favorite ones. But I just love watching him play on Say the Song Remains the Same. Just watch him do all his stuff. But yeah, Lemon Song's a great great jazzy blues runs kind of for on bass. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of great bass players, guys. You guys keep throwing out a lot of good ones there. There's many great bass players. Sarah, RHCP. Wait, RHCP. Who's RHCP? I should know that. Let me know, Sarah. I'm probably having a little brain fart right now. Okay, you love David Sylvian. Awesome. And Porcupine Tree, sweet. Oh yeah, John Entwistle. He's an awesome bass player too. Yeah, not my favorite style, but he has good technique, good form. He's a very talented bass player, or was. That's why they got someone like Pino Palladino to take his spot when the Who went on tour later on. Anyway, Entwistle's not around anymore, right, Uncle? I thought he passed on, but maybe I'm wrong. I shouldn't have said was. If he's still alive, I apologize. If you're watching John Entwistle, you're still alive, my bad. Oh, Phil Lesh. Yeah. Phil's got a different kind of style than I like. I kind of more of a fan of O'Teal's and Dead and Company. I like his style a little bit more. But yeah, Phil's a great bass player. I tell you, bass playing is very... for me, it's a certain kind of style that I like, that I've kind of like just instinctively like seduced by, so yeah, I've never really been seduced by Phil's playing that much, but O'Teal's gets me a little bit more. But yeah, Phil, I acknowledge he's a great bass player. Yeah, of course, Jaco Pastorius. Yeah, he's like, like probably maybe the most famous of having a virtuoso bass player. Drew, you've played so many basses, but you always go back to the P bass. I had a P bass since like the mid 90s, and maybe like 5-6 years ago, I sold it and picked up a jazz bass. I'm going, maybe I'm more of a jazz bass guy. And they're different. They have different tones. I kind of like how, for me, a jazz bass isn't as fat in the low frequencies, like around 200 hertz or so. It's just this if you're a music producer, stuff around 200 to 240 hertz, it's a problem area. Things get really muddy there, and a P bass has those frequencies in spades. So I always had trouble trying to carve out the right amount of space in the mix for a P bass. I have a bit better luck with a jazz bass. Wow. AJ, you've had quite an interesting life, AJ. You dated Tony Hall, the bass player for the Neville Brothers back in the day. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Okay, I was right. Yeah, John Entwistle did pass in 2002 at age 57. Wow, guys, puts in perspective. That's how old I'm going to be next year. 57. Wow. Vegan Han, yeah, I see what you're saying to Bob there, and I don't think he's going to agree that's animal abuse. He'll find some way to do some mental gymnastics to justify how that is not animal abuse. I'm not sure what he's going to say. I'm just kind of curious, Bob. Yeah, I'll watch Bob's answer there to what Vegan Han said about like raping an animal, or enforceable impregnating, if you don't like the R word there, stealing their babies away from them, killing their babies, and then actually eventually killing the animal itself. How is that not animal abuse? Just kind of curious what kind of mental gymnastics will you argue? Well, people need that abuse to occur in order to produce food for humans, therefore justifying the abuse. I'm not sure what kind of argument, what kind of strategy you're going to go for. That's the one I'm just kind of guessing, but we'll see. And if you don't want to answer the question, Bob, totally cool too, but that's what I'm guessing the response would be. Rock stars are not as glamorous backstage. Yeah, they're rock stars when they're on stage, huh? Pasta bar. That sounds awesome, Skycross. Oh, I wish you could send us, me and Sarah both would like some of that, AJ. I mean, I'm Skycross. Hey, awesome, VLAM. Your goal for 2023 is doing 1 pull-up. You reached it 6 weeks early. Awesome. Yeah, that's a kind of exercise or activity or whatever you want to call it, where you just have to keep working at it. And there's ways to work towards it too. You could use resistance bands, which actually help pull you up. They call it assisted pull-ups. I kind of do sets of those. I'll do like just pull-ups without resistance bands, or chin-ups. I forgot which one I do. I do it with the palms facing out. Is that a chin-up or pull-up? I get it mixed up. I think that's a chin-up. Anyway, I'll do a few of those until my muscle feels kind of fatigued. Then I'll put on one of my resistance bands and keep going. And then I have a really thick one too, so I can keep going. Because I can't do more than like 3, 4, or 5, something like that. But if I can keep extending it, the set with resistance bands, do 10 repetitions or something like that. And I weigh a lot. You guys, that's weak. I can do like 20. Hey, I'm like, I'm 197, 98 pounds, and I don't have the world's most developed upper body. I'm pulling a lot of mass up, a lot of heavy bone and stuff like that. But anyway, good. I didn't want to make it about me, V, but good for you. Yeah, I'm just saying there's ways to work on pull-ups. Din Uncle, we're gonna have my leftover kitchery that I made last night. Oh, who died at age 57? We were talking about bass players there, and Jana, and that was John Entwistle from the Who died at 57, which is I'm 56 right now, so more reason why I want to keep trying to be healthy. Veganism isn't a health thing, but you can do it in a healthy way if you want to, and I sure as hell want to, so that's part of my motivation. I want to be able to live a while and not be sick. Oh, V, you shattered your elbow a few years ago and your upper body strength was non-existent before that even. So you're really glad you'll be able to build some muscle. Yeah, keep it going. And if you're not already, try to throw in some resistance bands too. Just look it up, resistance band pull-ups. You'll see it on YouTube. You'll see how you can put your knee in the loop and it pulls you up. It kind of helps, when your muscles are fatigued, you can still keep working the muscles out. And I feel new stuff developing, like on my back, like back in here and stuff. It's cool, I kind of stopped doing bicep day because I figured that was just kind of pointless and more like ego kind of thing, and just getting more like back and shoulder strength right now. Yes, that math is correct, Graham. If 57 is the new 27, that means 27 is the new 7. Correct. Sarah, you have strong muscles covered with rice and beans. Yeah, mine must have all that plus a few bananas too stuck in there, huh? Oh, so Bob said no, that like, enforcibly impregnating an animal, taking its babies and killing them and then killing the animal is not animal abuse. Okay, he just denied. Okay. I thought he would try to justify it in some way, but he just flat out says, no, that's not animal abuse. Anyway, huge backs are awesome. Well, it depends how big of a back we're talking, Bob. I don't want to have a huge back, but I kind of like feeling more development in my back. And I think that's actually more helpful for basketball. More than biceps. I'm saying I'm kind of like giving up on bicep day. I mean, if I really wanted to, I didn't have to give up biceps, but I only want to put so much time into strength training. So, I don't like it that much. I'd rather play basketball. But anyway, yeah, since I'm, spent a few days out in my garage gym, yeah, thought, let's try something different in 2023. Or since summer, I don't work out in the summer. It gets too hot out there. But yeah, since I started working out again in the fall, let's do something different. Let's do some more back and shoulder stuff. Wow, Vegan Han, did he really say that? Did he really say that quote there, Vegan Han, or are you paraphrasing him a little bit? Wow. Okay, Sarah, he says, if you lost 15 pounds, you'd be ripped. Huh, from what I can tell from what I've seen of you, it looked like you are ripped. Really? You're not ripped? The strength is there, but you don't want to be a stick. Yeah, I'm with you too. I like my weight right now. You're probably like that too. You're probably like cool with where you're at right now. We all, have like a goal. What we want to look like, what we want to achieve athletically, So I can totally relate to that. Wow, he really did say that, AJ? Wow, let me read that quote again. Animal abuse is taking pleasure in the act of harming or killing animals. Wow, he really did say that? Wow. Wow. You have a 60-inch chest, Bill? I have no idea. I've never measured my chest before. Well, I mean, maybe when getting fitted for clothes or something, but I really have no idea what the numbers mean. Bob is going to be in Game Changers too? Really? What? Hey, Sean Cope, what's up? I'm sort of on the end of this live stream. I'm going to be leaving pretty soon. Sarah says she could build legs super easy. Muscle memory from a zillion hours on the bike when you were younger. Yeah, I've been fitted I think for maybe buying a suit or something like that a long time ago. Not recently. I do have a suit that I got, but I never really got fitted for it. It went down to Express at the mall. Oh, this looks cool, and got it. You're putting on your winter weight. Good for you, Drew. Sarah, VLAM says to Sarah, VLAM also wants to be a stick as well. Stick physique is overrated. Oh, you want not to be a stick. I see. Yeah. That's what you guys are saying. Yeah, it's a fine thing. Yeah, between getting the right amount of muscle and all. Just stopped in to say hi. The Suns are playing. Yeah, the Lakers are playing right now too. So I'm going to go try to check that out after the live stream. Like I said, I don't need to watch an entire NBA game. 2.5 hours is a huge time commitment. That's how long an entire game lasts. So I'm more of a second half kind of guy. Or if I can't even put that in, I'll watch the 10-minute highlight reel the next day on YouTube or later on that night. Ooh, I just flicked a guitar pick. Anyway, yeah, is Cory Booker back? Yeah, yeah. How's the Cory Booker injury going with the Suns there? All right, Marianne, you heading out? I should get heading out too. I'm feeling the effects of having exercised earlier and needing to feed some more. What's that, Joe? Putting on weight for the famine that never comes? Hey, you never can be too safe. You never know when, civilization could quickly collapse or something. Joe says, what's that? Pull-ups give the width and rows give the thickness. I don't even bother rowing. I'll just do some pull-ups or chin-ups. I feel it. I feel what's going on my back and shoulders. Angie notices it too. She goes, wow, your shoulders look more broad than before. It's like, yeah. But I'm not trying to get some super big back or shoulder or anything like that. Just putting a little bit more muscle on back there. I think it helps in basketball. When I'm going up for rebounds, I'm fighting using the back and shoulder muscle. I'm not using the bicep. The bicep doesn't do jack. It just holds your arm sort of. But I think the back and shoulder muscles are great when I'm fighting for a rebound. You're welcome, Sarah. I'm glad you enjoyed the show tonight. I guess I should get going. Yeah, 2 hours and 13 minutes. That's a live stream in anyone's book, right? There's no need to, make these marathons. And plus, I respect you guys. You guys have lives and probably want to do other things on Friday rather than listen to me yap and have Bob say a bunch of crazy or just wild stuff. Not crazy, but just strange, wild, interesting, provocative stuff. But anyway, guys, I guess we'll call it a night here. So Friday, I plan to do a live stream. So be ready for that. And for all you happy fams, probably this weekend, I'm going to send you guys, me and Angie will send you out a code. It'll be before the next live stream, probably this weekend though. I'm going to send you out a code. So you guys can get the Happy Healthy Vegan book for a ridiculous price, because I hope you guys can send these out to your friends and family. If you're looking for a gift for the holidays, look no further than us. Share the joy of making some tasty, simple, healthy plant foods for your friends and family out there. So we're going to give you our cost kind of price. And everyone else, we have a good sale, and maybe we'll put it on a slightly even deeper sale. Who knows? We haven't thought that through yet, because we're not, really business people that well. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. But yeah, we'll be back next Friday, and I'm not sure, I might not even have another video next week. I don't know, I'm gonna try to, but we'll see what happens. I tell you, holiday weeks kind of make things weird, so who knows what's gonna happen. But yeah, we did an Angie's Animal Friends this week, so we did put out a video indeed. So I want to thank everyone for being here, and thanks for spending your Friday or Saturday with us for say in VLAM's case. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. I enjoy and appreciate seeing all you guys. And I want to say thanks to Uncle for moderating like a true moderator. I actually didn't have too much work to do tonight. It was still pretty chill. I think we've scared most of the anti-vegans away. I think we just have a bad rap now. They know that Ryan doesn't take any bullcrap with his poop wall and his moderators and his critical thinking and evidence-based facts and stuff like that. So I think they moved on to other people that don't have such requirements as I have here. So thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. If you have any video ideas, send them my way. You can find me all over various social medias. Let me know if there's something you want me to look at. I will take a look. If someone quit being vegan or Piers Morgan said something stupid, let me know. And Angie's here. Hey, have a great weekend. Happy fam and Bob. Happy fam and Bob, because Bob is part of the happy fam once again. Huh? All right, nice, guys. Good to see you all. All right, I'm hungry now. I'm really feeling it now. All right, guys. Peace. Much love to you. And we'll see you next Friday, guys. Live stream Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Bye, guys. Woohoo!